Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today we are in week 6 and we're going to discuss equation of the line. Here are the objectives in our week 6 module. Learning objectives. After going through this lesson, you are expected to find the equation of a line given 2 points, slope and the point, and the slope and its intercepts. Solve problems involving linear equations in two variables. Okay, so ano ba yung equation of straight lines? And how do we make equation of straight lines? So, for us to have equation of straight lines, we will be using formulas in straight lines or equations of straight lines. Okay, so these are the formulas. The first one is the slope and y-intercept form. The formula here is y is equal to mx plus b. In our first pattern or our first formula, y is equal to mx plus b, we can use this pattern, y is equal to mx plus b, in writing the equation of a straight line or equation of a line if the given are m and b, or if the given are slope and y-intercept. That is why it is called slope and y-intercept form. Okay? And then for the second formula or second pattern, we have the so-called two-point form. So here, in two-point form, the formula that we're going to use is y minus y sub 1 equals y sub 2 minus y sub 1 all over x sub 2 minus x sub 1 times the quantity of x minus x sub 1. So, medyo mahaba yung formula natin dito sa ating two-point form. And, kailan natin siya gagamitin? We can only use or we will use this pattern or formula if the given are 2 points. That is why it is called two-point form. So, nasa dito yung 2 points natin. So, isa-substitute lang natin yung values ng ating 2 points doon sa ating y sub 2, y sub 1, x sub 2, x sub 1. So, para makuha natin ang ating equation of straight lines. By the way, our y and x are variables in our given equation. Okay. For the third pattern, we have this point-slope form. And the formula for this is y minus y sub 1 equals m times the quantity of x minus x sub 1. Ang tanong, kailan naman natin gagamitin ang point-slope form para makakuha tayo ng equation of straight lines? Okay. We can use point-slope form if the given in the problem are a point and a slope. So, makikita natin dito sa formula na meron tayong m, which is the slope, and a point, wherein meron tayong x sub 1 and y sub 1. Again, y and x are variables in the equation. For the fourth pattern, we have the so-called intercept form. So, in intercept form, the pattern or the formula is x over a plus y over b is equal to 1. Kailan naman natin gagamitin itong pattern na ito? We can only use this pattern if the given are intercepts. And where are the intercepts in the formula? So, the intercepts here are a and b. A is for y in x-intercept. Okay? So, ang A natin is x-intercept. So, ang ibang libro o ang ibang problems, ang ginagamit nila ay A instead of x-intercept. While some problems or some books uses x-intercept. Okay? And for the value of b, b is our y-intercept. Okay. By the way, since we're talking about x-intercept, definitely our ordered pair here is A, 0. Meaning, palagi yung ating, in an ordered pair, palagi yung ating x sub 1 or yung ating y is always 0 dito sa ating x-intercept. And for y-intercept or our b, the ordered pair is always 0, b. Okay? So, ang B naman natin ngayon ay yung Y. Kaya sinabi na Y-intercept. Okay? So, these are the formulas that we're going to use for us to have equations of straight lines. So, let's go and let's find the equation of straight lines. Okay. So, first pattern natin, which is slope and y-intercept form, wherein the formula is y equals mx plus b. Again, we can only use this pattern in finding the equation of a straight line if and only if the given are m or slope and y-intercept. Okay, so i-check nga natin itong problem na ito. Find the equation of the line given slope 2 and y-intercept negative 3. Write the equation in slope, intercept form, and standard form. Okay. As you can see, may mga given tayo dito. So, para mas malinaw and for us to easily determine which pattern are going to use, we have to write the given. And where are the given in our problem? So, dito, meron tayong slope, which is 2, and our y-intercept, which is negative 3. So, ilagay lang natin siya dito sa given natin. So, yung word natin na slope, lagyan natin, instead of writing the word slope, we will use the symbol for slope, which is m. And for our y-intercept, we will use b. So, therefore, the given are m equals 2 and b equals negative 3. Since meron tayo ditong m and b, and in our slope and y-intercept form ay present ang m and b to find the equation of the line, therefore, we can use the first pattern. So, paano natin siya gagamitin? Let us solve. Okay, so para hindi tayo mahirapan, what we're going to do here is we will write the pattern. Y equals mx plus b. And then, we will just substitute the values of m and b in our given pattern. Again, y and x are variables. So, definitely, hindi mo sila papalitan ng values. Dapat, in our final answer, makikita mo si y at si x sa ating final answer. Okay, so let us start substituting the values of m and b. Since y is a variable, definitely we will just rewrite y. And then equals 2x. And why is it 2x? Yung m natin ay magiging, we will just get the value of m, which is 2. And then x is our variable, so definitely we will write 2x. And then plus b. And then here, the value of our b is negative 3. Since the value of b is negative 3, therefore, ang isusulat natin dito ay negative 3. Okay. So, meron tayo ngayong y equals 2x minus 3. Let's go back with this problem. Okay, so ano ba yung hinihingi? Write the equation in slope, intercept form, and standard form. So dito, dalawa yung hinihingi sa atin. Hinihingi is slope, intercept form, and standard form. So definitely, dapat dalawa yung sagot natin. Yung slope, intercept natin is this one, y is equal to mx plus b. Huwag kakalimutan ang pattern ng ating slope intercept form. So, y equals mx plus b. And as you can see, itong ating sagot na y equals 2x minus 3 is already in the form of y equals mx plus b. Therefore, meron na ngayon tayong sagot na slope-intercept form. So, tapos na tayo dito. Let's now move on with the second form, which is the standard form. Ano naman yung ating standard form? And what is the pattern for this standard form? So, ito yung pattern. We have ax plus by equals c. Transform this into ay standard form. So, anong gagawin natin? So, rewrite lang natin yung ating equation dito. So, we have y equals 2x minus 3. And then, anong sunod na gagawin natin? So, since ang x and y ay magkasama dito sa ating left side of the equation, therefore, si 2x will be moved here. Ililipat natin siya doon. Or, we will use the subtraction property of equality. Okay? So, since i-move natin siya dito, definitely, 2x will become negative 2x. Mapapalitan yung sign niya. And then si y, since y na siya, nandito na siya sa side na to, hindi mo na siya babaguhin. You will just write y or positive y. And then equals negative 3. Negative 3, yung ating c is constant. So, definitely, si negative 3 na lang ang naiwan dito. And as you can see, meron tayong negative 2x plus y equals negative 3. The coefficient of our x here is negative 2. So, ang gagawin natin is, we will make x positive. Okay? So, yung ating standard form, gagawin natin positive si 2x. So, how do we make this positive? So, ang gagawin lang natin is, we will multiply both sides of the equation by negative 1. Okay, negative 1 or negative. So, bakit natin siya i-multiply? Para maging positive si x. But be sure, kung i-multiply natin siya dito, dapat sa lahat ng terms at sa kabilang side ng equation, i-multiply din natin si negative 1. Okay, so para maging equal yung ating ginagawa. Now, negative 1 times negative 2x is positive 2x. Negative 1 times y is negative y. Okay, so tapos na tayo dito. Dito naman tayo sa kabila. Negative 1 times negative 3 equals positive 3. Okay, so ngayon, meron na tayo ngayong positive x, which is 2x minus y equals 3. And this is now the standard form of the equation. Okay. So, let's move on with the second pattern. Our second pattern is the two-point form. Two-point form, the formula is y minus y sub 1 equals y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1 times the quantity of x minus x sub 1. So, dito medyo mahaba yung ating formula. Pero, if we will follow the pattern or the formula, we can easily find the equation of a line. Okay, so two-point form, meaning to say, we will use this pattern if the given are 2 points. From the word itself, two-point form. So, 2 points ang given dito. Tingnan natin tong problem na to. Find the equation of the line that passes through points 2, 5 and negative 2, negative 3. Write the equation in slope-intercept form. Okay, nasaan yung given natin dito? Ito siya. The given are 2, 5 and negative 2, negative 3. So, let us write the given. We have 2, 5. Since our points, since we have 2 points, definitely at meron tayo dito mga x sub 1, y sub 1, x sub 2, y sub 2. So, definitely, ibig sabihin, may mga first point or second point tayo, di ba? So, 2, 5 is our first point or x sub 1, y sub 1. And then we have negative 2, negative 3 as our second point. So, pwede natin din ilagay ay x sub 2, y sub 2. Bakit meron pang ganito? Actually, pwede naman siyang ninalagyan. Kaya lang, para lang hindi tayo malito later sa pagkuha ng equation of straight lines, ilagay natin ito para may pattern tayo, para hindi tayo mawala. Okay? Let us solve. Again, in solving, we have to rewrite the given. Okay, and then we will follow this pattern. We will follow the formula para hindi tayo mahirapan sa pagkuha ng equation of straight lines. Okay, so y and x are variables. We will not change the values of these two. And then, ang papalitan lang natin ay si y sub 2, y sub 1, x sub 2, and x sub 1. Okay, let us start. So, si y, rewrite lang, minus y sub 1. So, hanapin lang natin si y sub 1 dito. Si y sub 1 natin is this one, which is 5. So, therefore, minus 5 equals, ang y sub 2 natin, where is our y sub 2? So, eto siya, negative 3. So, lagay lang natin negative 3. And then, minus y sub 1. Where is our y sub 1? Ayun, 5 ulit. So, since minus siya, lagay natin ay minus 5. Okay? All over, ayun. Ang x sub 2 natin is negative 2. Kaya, isulat natin dito sa baba is negative 2. Minus x sub 1. And where is our x sub 1? Ito, which is 2. So, minus 2. Times x, ito ay variable, so sulat lang natin, minus x sub 1. Nasaan si x sub 1 natin? Ayun, which is 2. So, minus 2. Okay. So, meron na ngayon tayong y minus 5 equals negative 3 minus 5 all over negative 2 minus 2 times the quantity of x minus 2. Ano yung susunod natin gagawin? So, gagawin natin is, we will simplify this. Ito muna ang ating isi-simplify. Unti-unti lang para hindi tayo malito. So, ano gagawin natin sa iba? Gawin lang natin is, rewrite y minus 5. And then equals, negative 3 minus 5 is negative 8. Negative 2 minus 2 is negative or over negative 4. And then eto, x minus 2, rewrite lang ulit. Times the quantity of x minus 2. Okay. Next. As you can see, may fraction pa dito. Or we can still simplify this. So, bago tayo mag-proceed dito sa iba, ito muna ulit ang ating gagawin. So, let us simplify negative 8 over negative 4. So, this one, rewrite lang ulit tayo. Y minus 5 equals negative 8 over negative 4 is positive 2. And then yung x minus 2, rewrite lang muna ulit natin. Okay. Next, as you can see, may parenthesis pa. So, let us eliminate or remove the parenthesis. So, how do we remove the parenthesis? So, ito, rewrite muna ulit, y minus 5 equals. So, we will remove the parenthesis here. So, what we're gonna do is, we will distribute 2 in each side inside the parenthesis. Okay? So, didistribute lang natin dito. 2 times x is 2x. 2 times negative 2 is negative 4. Okay? There you go. Ano yung hinihingi sa atin? Ang hinihingi ay slope-intercept form. So, definitely, kailangan mapalabas natin ay y equals mx plus b. Ito ang ating kailangang makuha na final answer. Okay, so eto na tayo, y minus 5 equals 2x minus 4. So since we're talking about, or we are asked to find the equation of the line in slope-intercept form, dapat si y nag-iisa na lang dito. So dapat y na lang siya. Okay? And then equals mx. Si m at si x, okay, si mx na dapat ang susunod. So dito nasan si mx? Ito, si 2x equals 2x. And then, plus b. Yung b natin ay constants or our y-intercepts. So, dito, meron tayong mga constants which is negative 5 and negative 4. Since si negative 5 ay nandito sa side na to, what we're gonna do is, we will move that on the other side of the equation. So, yung negative 5 mo, kapag minove natin sa kabila, it will become positive 5. Then, rewrite lang natin minus 4. Okay, and then rewrite y equals 2x plus 1. Bakit siya naging 2x plus 1? Nirewrite si y equals 2x. And then 5 minus 4 equals 1. So, meron na ngayon tayong y equals 2x plus 1, which is our final answer. Our slope-intercept form. Okay? Let's move on with the third pattern. So, ano naman yung third pattern natin? We have the point slope form. So, in point slope form, the given is y minus y sub 1 equals m times the quantity of x minus x sub 1. So, ano naman ang gagawin natin dito? And when do we use this pattern in finding the equation of a line? Okay, gagamitin lang natin if the given are a point, and a slope. So, dalawa lang ulit. Dalawa lang din ang given. Okay. Dalawa nga ba? So, let's check this problem. Find the equation of the line whose slope is negative 1 and passes through the point 5, negative 3. Write the equation in slope-intercept form and standard form. So, dalawa ulit ang hinihingi sa atin. And where are the given? So, may given tayo na yung slope na negative 1 and a point which is 5, negative 3. So, anong gagawin natin? Ilagay ulit tayo ng given para hindi tayo mawala. Next, slope. Ano ba yung slope mo rito? Negative 1 or m equals negative 1. And your point, which is 5, negative 3. Going back to the formula, sa formula natin, merong y minus y sub 1. So, ang y and x natin ay variables. So, para hindi tayo malito, ang 5 negative 3 natin ay gawin natin x sub 1, y sub 1. Para alam natin kung saan tayo mag-substitute. Okay. So, let us solve. Next is rewrite again the given. So, substitute lang tayo ng substitute base sa ating given formula. So, yung y natin is a variable, so write lang. Minus y sub 1. Minus y sub 1. Ano yung value ng y sub 1 mo? Negative 3. So, ilalagay lang natin ay minus negative 3. Okay? Kasi negative siya. Equals, our m is negative 1, times x minus x sub 1, which is 5. So, minus 5. Okay. Next is, let's remove the parentheses. So, how do we remove that? Okay. So, why? Yung negative natin na to, we will multiply that. Negative times negative is positive 3. Equals, since may parentheses din dito, so let's distribute this. Negative 1 times x is negative x. Negative 1 times negative 5 is positive 5. Okay, so wala na tayong parenthesis dito. Let's now write the equation in slope-intercept form. So how do we write that in slope-intercept form? So yung y ulit, may iwan ulit siya dito sa side na to. Then equals negative x and then plus 5. So, si positive 3 will be moved here and it will become negative 3. Okay? So, let us simplify this. Y equals negative x. 5 minus 3 is positive 2. And this is now the equation of a line in slope-intercept form. Okay. Next, hinihingi din sa atin yung ating standard form. So, paano naman yung standard form natin? So, ito yung standard form, y equals negative x plus 2. Okay. So, ang gagawin natin is, we will move negative x on the other side of the equation. Lipat lang natin siya doon sa kabila. So, pag nilipat mo, magiging na siyang positive x. And then, plus y equals 2. And this is now the equation in standard form. Okay? Next is the last pattern. So, sa last pattern natin, which is the intercept form, the formula is x over a plus y over b is equal to 1. Okay, again, dito, given ang x-intercept and y-intercept. The x and y intercepts of the line are negative 3 and 4 respectively. Find the equation of the line in slope-intercept form and standard form. So, ano yung given natin dito? X and y intercepts, which are negative 3 and 4 respectively. So, lagay natin yung given. Yung x-intercept natin is negative 3 or a equals negative 3. Our y-intercept is 4 or b equals 4. Okay, so ito na yung given. Let us now solve. So this is our formula. Let us just substitute the values. We have x over a. And the value of our here is negative 3. So magiging x over negative 3 plus y over b. Ang value ng b is 4. So y over 4 equals 1. Okay, now, let us remove the denominator. And how do we remove the denominator? So, for us to remove that, we will get the LCD. Okay, and the LCD of the 2 is negative 12. So, ang gagawin natin is, we will multiply or divide 12, negative 12, dun sa loob. Okay, multiply lang natin. Or since ito ay fraction, what we're gonna do is, we will divide negative 12 by negative 3. So, negative 12 divided by negative 3 is positive 4. And 4 times x is 4x. Okay? Plus, ito naman, negative 12 divided by 4 is negative 3. Negative 3 times y is negative 3y. Then equals negative 12 times 1 is equal to negative 12. So, meron tayo ngayon ditong 4x minus 3y equals negative 12. As you can see, this one is already written in standard form. So, therefore, this is now our final answer in equation of a line in standard form. Okay, so ano naman yung kukunin natin? Slope-intercept form naman. So, ang gagawin natin is, write lang natin yung given, 4x minus 3y equals negative 12, and then, baliktad ang gagawin naman natin ngayon. Si x naman ngayon ang ililipat natin sa kabila. So, therefore, may iwan si negative 3y dito. Negative 3y, and then si 4x will be moved here, and it will become negative 4x. And then, minus 12. Okay. As you can see, si y may coefficient para negative 3. So, ang gagawin natin, we will divide both sides of the equation by negative 3. Okay. And then, let us simplify. Negative 3 divided by negative 3 equals y equals negative divided by negative is positive. So, yung 4 over 3, hindi na natin siya imimix. So, 4 over 3 na lang siya. X, then negative 12 divided by negative 3 is positive 4. And this is now our equation of a line in slope-intercept form. Okay, so these are the 4 patterns in finding the equation of a line. So, titingnan lang natin yung given para makita natin kung ano bang pattern or formula ang gagamitin natin. Okay, so let's now move on with the second one, which is word problems involving linear equations in 2 variables. Okay, so actually, yung simple lang ang nilagay natin dito para mas maintindihan. Okay, and also wala na tayong time kaya ito na lang yung ating nabigay na problem. In 1994, the minimum jeepney fare in Imus, Cavite was 4 pesos in 2006. The minimum fare was 7 pesos. Name the 2 ordered pairs that satisfy the situation. Find the rate of change of the minimum jeepney fare and write the equation of the trend in standard form. Okay, so meron tayong tatlong hinahanap dito. Name the 2 ordered pairs, find the rate of change, and write the equation in standard form. Okay, so ang gagawin natin, we will write the given. Ano ba yung given natin? Yung 1994 na kung saan yung pamasahe daw sa Imus ay 4 pesos. While in 2006, the minimum fare was 7 pesos. So let us write that in an ordered pair. Okay, so solution natin, yung two ordered pairs natin dyan is 1994, 4 and 2006, 7. Okay, so these are the two ordered pairs. Let's now move on with the rate of change. So, paano naman yung ating rate of change dito? So, ang gagamitin natin dyan ay yung formula natin ng slope, which is y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. Ang question is, saan mo kukunin yung mga y sub 2, y sub 1 na yan? Okay. So, kukunin natin yan dito sa ating given ordered pairs. 1994, 4, that is our first point. X sub 1, y sub 1. 2006, 7, that is our second point. Now, let's substitute. M equals, ano yung value ng y sub 2 natin? Our y sub 2 here is 7. So, 7 minus y sub 1. Nasaan si y sub 1? 4. Minus 4. Okay? All over x sub 2, 2006 minus x sub 1, which is 1994. Let us simplify. M equals 7 minus 4 is 3 over 2006 minus 1994 equals 12. And let us simplify this. So we have M equals 1/4. And this is now our rate of change or the slope, which is 1/4. Okay, the last one is we're going to write the equation of the trend in standard form. So, meron tayong mga kanina pinakitang apat na patterns or four formulas in finding the equation of a line. So, which of those patterns are we going to use? Since given ang 2 points, pwede yung ating 2-point form ang gamitin. Meron din tayo ditong value ng M, which is 1/4. So, definitely, we can also use the third pattern, which is a point and a slope form or point slope form. So, kahit alin doon sa dalawang patterns ang gamitin, parehas pa rin tayo ng sagot. Kaya lang, doon na lang muna tayo sa simple. Alin ba doon yung simple sa dalawa? Of course, the simple here is y minus y sub 1 equals m times the quantity of x minus x sub 1 or the 2-point form. By the way, yung standard form na sinasabi natin dito ay yun yung hinihingi sa problem. So this pattern is not the standard form. Okay? Clarify lang natin. This pattern is not the standard form. Okay. So, itong pattern na to ang gagamitin lang natin for us to have the equation of the line in standard form. So, let us substitute y minus y sub 1. Ang y sub 1 mo is 4 minus 4 equals, ang m mo is 1/4 times the quantity of x minus x sub 1 mo is 1994. Okay? Next is, let us remove the denominator, which is 4. So, para ma-remove, we will multiply both sides of the equation by 4. So, 4 times y, ayun, is 4y. 4 times negative 4 is negative 16. And then, sa kabilang side, divide na lang natin siya doon. So, equals, since may 1 lang tong nasa taas na natira, pwedeng hindi na natin siya isulat. And even the parentheses. Okay? So, equals x minus 1994. We just remove the parentheses because yung ating constant dito or because this one is already 1. Pero kung if this is 2, so therefore, we have to write 2 and even the parentheses. Okay? And then, let us simplify. So, eto, si x, lipat na natin sa kabila. Kasi nga, standard form ang hinahanap natin. So, we have negative x plus 4y, then equals negative 1994 plus 16, or 16 minus 1994. Let us simplify. So, itong ating negative x na to, ay magiging positive x minus 4y equals 1978. And this is now our standard form. So, paano to nangyari? Biglang naging ganito. So, balik lang tayo dito. Negative x plus 4y equals negative 1978. Okay? So, ito yung lumabas. Kaya lang, as you can see, the coefficient of x is still negative. So, para maging positive yan, let's multiply both sides of the, let's multiply both sides of the equation by negative 1. Okay? So, we have negative 1 times negative 1 is positive x. Negative 1 times 4y is negative 4y. And then we have negative 1 times negative 1978 is equal to positive 1978. So, therefore, eto na ngayon ang ating equation of a line in standard form. Okay? So, I hope you understand that and even dun sa ating four patterns in writing the equation of a straight line. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you and God bless. I am your math teacher, Teacher Kathy.